Ukrainian forces have suppressed Russian attacks in several directions, but Russia continues firing along the main road connecting Donetsk and Kharkiv, which is now a strategic target for them. Over the past 24 hours, Russian troops fired on the territory of Donbas 30 times. Missiles fell on 15 localities in total. 35 civilian objects were destroyed. The situation at the front remains unchanged. On the other hand, more Russian ammunition and supply warehouses are burning behind the enemy. In the vicinity of Donetsk, the Russians lost more than 20 tanks. Russian troops entered Bohorviruvka several times, but the Ukrainians forced them out each time. It's difficult to say how many civilians are currently in the city. The Russian shelling continues. We have been persuading people to leave for a long time, but some of them have stayed. Russian troops continue to destroy fields in the Kherson and Mykolaiv oblasts in southern Ukraine with incendiary missiles. Hundreds of hectares of wheat, barley, and other grains have already been burned down. Overnight, the Russians attacked an apartment block again, and casualties were recorded once more. Rescuers are pulling people out from under the rubble. There are voices, so there are still people alive in there. We estimate that there are still about 30 people under the rubble. Canada will return turbines it serviced to Germany for use in the Nord Stream 1 gas pipeline. This as an exception to the sanctions previously imposed on Russia. At the same time, the authorities in Ottawa announced that they would extend the sanctions to the Russian energy sector. France, on the other hand, is considering complete independence from Russian gas. Let's get ready for a complete cutoff from Russian gas. This is the most likely scenario. It requires us to accelerate our energy independence, speed up the replenishment of our stocks, and quickly build a floating LNG plant in Le Havre. Let us not put it off for years. Some countries will be ready for this step within 6 months. President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, recalled 5 ambassadors in Hungary, Norway, the Czech Republic, India, as well as Andriy Melnik in Germany. Today, I signed an ordinance to dismiss several Ukrainian ambassadors. It's a matter of rotation. It's common in diplomatic work. New ambassadors will be sent to the Czech Republic, Hungary, Norway, and other countries. Their candidatures are prepared by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine. Today, the Pope, during his Sunday prayer, the Angelus, prayed for the victims of the coup d'etat in Sri Lanka and that the crazy war in Ukraine would end. I renew my closeness to the Ukrainian people, tormented every day by brutal attacks by which ordinary people are suffering. I pray for all families, especially for the victims, the wounded, and the sick. I pray for the elderly and children, and that God will show the way to end this crazy war. The United States will provide $368 million in additional humanitarian aid to support those affected by Russia's brutal aggression in Ukraine. These funds are to be allocated to food, drinking water, emergency medical assistance, logistics, and the coordination of humanitarian aid. The Kingdom of Denmark, on the other hand, donated equipment to a field hospital, which is located in the village of Makarov near Kiev, on the site of a hospital recently destroyed by the Russians. The staff of the facility will be doctors and nurses from the destroyed hospital.